Hello there, Ray here, and another snapshot came out for 1.14. This is 18W47A, and with this comes some new structures, such as what you see behind me, a Pillager Outpost, and some new mechanics to do with raids as a boss battle. They came out with a new structure in the game, and this is a Pillager Outpost. And I found one out here. As you can see, it's a kind of a tower, and there is an entrance, which is on this side here. And it has several different layers. You can see it consists of like cobblestone, and there's even some vines in it. I think these are dark oak, and these are birch. There's a third, and there's a fourth level as well, and there's a chest up here. And let's see what's inside. Some dark oak logs, arrows, carrots, and even a bottle of enchanting. And up here you can kind of see there is sort of like a ranging spot where they could range off of. Makes a lot of sense. And then on top there is the curvature roof there. And on the sides you can see there are some banners. These are the same type of banners as the illagers will drop, the ones they have on top of their heads. And around the outside you can see that there is some other structures. So here's like a log pile. These are dark oak logs. And then over here is another structure. I don't know if these are supposed to be like a barricade, something to keep the illagers that they capture inside of, but it looks like it's missing the bottom of it. This cave came in here and kind of destroyed it. It's enclosure without any doors in it, so it kind of makes sense it's some type of cage. Around the outside, you can see there is illagers. They are all kind of standing here. They're kind of grouped up. I've seen a bunch of them kind of spawn around this side. I think they're actually spawning around this area, but these pillager outposts can spawn anywhere where villages can. So you can see here's a plains, and there's actually a village right over here. These pillagers also have some other tags I didn't notice before. Maybe they just added them. So here, this pillager here has a tag called has raid goal. So I'm guessing once he has gotten to the spot where he wants to raid, this will turn to 1 and he will stay there. He won't keep venturing about. And also down here, there's a tag called wave, and that might have to do with his hands like moving around, aiming at different things. And that might also be how we came up with that really strange villager that we summoned in the previous video where he didn't have a weapon. His arms were flailing all over the place. The villagers that come out of these pillager outposts are able to despawn because they have persistence required 0. The new outpost structure that they have designed takes advantage of the jigsaw box that we talked about earlier, and this allowed them to make the main structure as well as other structures around it. Pillagers are able to spawn around the outside of the outpost. Kind of see this area around here they seem to be spawning in. They do also use the hostile mob cap, so during the daytime they can spawn, and they spawn pretty frequently because there's no other hostile mobs that are on the surface, but at night they kind of slow up because there's other ones that are taking up the mob cap. Let's go ahead and kill some of these guys. I'm using a super high looting sword, so if they drop anything that's worth looting, it should come up. So it seems like they're only currently dropping their crossbows. Here's another outpost that's kind of on an island, and you can see this one has a different structure on the outside. It has these scarecrows made of pumpkins and some hay bales, and then some dark oak fences. It's like pretty cool. And then there is also some pillagers spawning around the area. These structures are probably supposed to represent fighting dummies, although they do kind of look like scarecrows, but they do also remind you like fighting dummies where like people can practice swinging at these things, and then like these guys, maybe they've been practice shooting with their crossbows at them. Something similar to what you'd find in like a military camp for training. Inside this chest has similar stuff as the other one, except we also got a crossbow, some wheat, some potatoes, and some more bottle enchanting, also iron ingots. It seems that part of these jigsaw puzzles, there might be a structure that's over here, and this is just an air structure, which created this hole right here. And I've seen this in other outposts, there'd be like a hole in the dirt. Here's another pillager outpost that's out in the desert. You can see this one has a different type of structure. This is a pop-up tent. See there's even a crafting table in it as well. And you can see how the game went ahead and carved out an area to allow the tent to generate here. And this has more of those barricade looking things around the outside. This barricade thing has an iron golem inside. Oh, that is really cool. Huh. Nice. So I guess they captured the iron golem from the villagers. And this one also has a village nearby, which is kind of funny. Notice how none of these guys spawn in with the banners above their head? They're all just the normal guys. So if you want any of the ones with the banners, you have to naturally spawn in those little raids. So the raids still spawn in naturally. You get these pillagers plus the pillager leaders, which ones that have the banners in. Now if you go ahead and you kill one of the ones that have a banner, they'll give you a bad omen. So let's just kill this guy right here. You can see that I got the effect called bad omen. It's a new effect. And this is the duration. You can see that it's quite high, so it doesn't actually show up. Once you get the bad omen, it will stick with you for a while, but you have to avoid villages. Now, if you go into a village, what it does is going to create a kind of mini event that is going to occur in the village, which is that the Vindicators as well as other variations of the Illagers are going to spawn and start attacking the villagers. At the top of the screen, you can see that there is a boss bar. It's called a raid. There is a raid coming into this village, and this is because somebody that has the Ohm effect came into the village. And what is going to happen is that there is going to be waves of Illagers that are going to come in and start attacking the villagers. You can see that there are some villagers that spawn in, are going after these villagers, and if you kill them, you see it slowly takes away from the boss bar at the very top of the screen. Let's go around and kill some more of the guys that are spawning in. Here's a Vindicator right here. He has a enchanted axe. Okay, we killed him. The boss bar is going down lower. Here we got another villager over here. Let's go ahead and kill him. I am wearing some nice armor. This is all protection armor. If this villager is running away, he must know something's bad's coming. All the villagers are very scared. You can see they're going through the door and they're coming outside, but immediately going back inside. Only once have you killed enough of these illagers off to have the raid bar be removed, will the village be safe from the raids. Witches that spawn nearby will also be considered part of the patrol. And if we look at the NBT tags of these guys, we can see that some of their tags are very similar to that of the pillagers. Here you can see that it says has raided goal, so it got to its goal where it wants to raid. It also has other similar tags, like the ability to be patrolling be set to 1 as well, and their wave tag is set to 1. This means that they are just the first wave of the raid. Killing things like zombies during a raid will not help out. You see it does not decrease the boss bar. So let's get the raid bar all the way down to nothing and see what happens. Okay, let's kill this guy that has the banner on his head. Notice how once you kill the guy that has a banner, someone else picks up the banner and becomes the leader? Oh yeah. Oh wow, we got attack from a Illager beast. You can see it came here. Let's go ahead and kill the Illager beast, see how many points it gives us for killing him. It didn't take that much. That beast took off quite a bit. Oh, raid mobs remaining too. There's only 2 mobs remaining. Okay, we killed 2 mobs and the raid is over. Yay! That was pretty tough if you were doing that survival. There was quite a few different guys coming from different angles. Now, when there is a raid occurring, you cannot get the bad Ohm again once you're inside the village, but you can leave the village and then kill one of those guys and then get the bad Ohm again. Now that the raid has ended, I can come over here and kill one of these guys that have the banners, and I got the bad Ohm again. Now if I go back into the village, it takes away the bad Ohm. And now the raid has started, so this is a different raid. Whenever a mob that can be part of the raid is spawned in, let's say I spawned in a witch, you can see it increases the raid, and then you have to go ahead and kill it. So essentially, you would have to kill any of that type of mob, all the Illager variations, I guess witches are considered Illagers too, that are inside the area of the village. So there's telling me that there is 2 types of like Illagers that are inside of the village bounding box. Some of the other guys have been doing testing as well, and they came across some other types of Illagers. So there can be like the Pillagers, and you can see like the Vindicators, and we've seen witches as well. But some people even seen Evokers here, meaning that if you kill those guys, they will give you the Totems of Undying, which allows you to be able to farm up those guys indefinitely by using this raid mechanic. So it seems that once the raid has started, mobs are going to start spawning in, part of the raid, and they start going to come towards the center here. And if you kill them off really quickly, then the raid will end. But if you kind of drag your feet and don't kill them very quickly, more mobs just constantly keep spawning, and all these guys will be included into the health bar, and only once every single one of them has been killed will the health bar be removed. So it's really important to go ahead and try to kill them as fast as possible, and if you're trying to take advantage of it and you actually do want these guys to spawn in, then just drag your feet and let these guys constantly keep coming in, and maybe just keep them within the despawning radius. That way you can just collect them and maybe farm them up for the loots that they offer. I think this is a really cool mechanic. It's a way to kind of have a boss battle inside of Minecraft without actually having a boss. This reminds me a lot of other types of minigames in Minecraft where you have to fight off a bunch of smaller guys to include a wave. And the longer you wait, such as in like these raids, the harder the bosses get, you start getting like the witches as well as the evokers to start coming part of your wave. So I guess if you want to see those waves, just wait a bit longer and they should be able to spawn in. There's a lot of cool mechanics that go along with this raid. And currently we are live streaming right now on Twitch, and we are looking into trying to make a farm out of these raids as well as the Pillager Outpost. So down in the description, I'll put a link to the Twitch stream so you guys can come in and see what crazy farms we can make out of this. They also did a couple minor bug fixes. There is some wonkiness with water updating. As you can see here, some that generated inside this cave is not flowing downwards. The village up there spawned right beside this ravine, and one of the lampposts is way down here. I did run into some problems with the game. I crashed a couple times, and now trying to leave the game, and currently it's stuck on the saving world page. What a cool snapshot coming out with these new structures, the Pillager Outpost, as well as a new boss being the raids. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and if you found this interesting, show me a like and share this with others. If you'd like to see more crazy stuff like this, as well as farms that we come up with using these mechanics, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button to get notifications of whenever a video comes out. Tell me what you guys think about this boss battle. Do you feel like it's a real boss, or do you think it should be considered something else? Bye-bye!